Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous coming you guys with commentary 199. Today I'm casting MYM versus Fnatic. And if you guys follow me since the beginning, you guys would know what this game is about. But let's not spoil it for some of the newer viewers, or let's not spoil it for the people that not heard of this game or seen this game. It is gonna be one epic game. This is actually gonna be in 6.64. I think it's almost 2 years ago. This replay is from 2009 November. So yeah, it's been a while. So of course the map is a little bit different. The heroes are different. The items are different. But I will try my best to bring you guys up to date or back in time to kind of know what this hero does and why they're being picked, why they're being banned, why they're getting the items that they're getting. But let's not focus on too much strategic thing in this game. This is one epic game, and I'm gonna cast it like it is one epic commentary. I'm gonna try my best, and it's 199. It's 199. I thought I was gonna make it here because, you know, back in 180, 185, 187, I was like, dude, I can't do one a day, man. It's too hard. It's too hard. But now that I'm sitting at 199, I could see the ending. I know it's there. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be finishing the entire marathon with one epic cast as well. But let's go back this game. We have MYM on Sentinel, Fnatic on Scourge. Let's talk about the MYM lineup for just a bit here. You see Kuroki is captaining. We have Pusher, Angel, Miguel, and Mania. And yes, Kuroki was in MYM for quite a bit. I think he was in there for like maybe 2 months. 3 months, I think. Maybe it wasn't that long, but he was part of the MYM roster for a bit. That was when Milk was deciding to quit Dota altogether. Of course, we now know that that wasn't the case. Milk came back and made a huge run in terms of turning MYM into one of the strongest team in the European region. On Scourge, let's actually slow it down here. On Scourge, if you're some of the newer player, you probably won't recognize some of these guys, but it's Loda, a very, very extraordinary farmer. I believe he plays Han now. Misery, Patchcat, Ducky, and Quam. So some of these players are kind of retired or moved on to different games, but this is kind of their heyday. So they are very, very legendary players indeed. All 10 players in this game are legends in their own right. But let's look at the players and their heroes they're playing. We have Kuroki on that Tinker, Pusher's Vengeful Spirit, Angel's Earthshaker, which by the way is very, very good. Mania is going to be on Slaughter, Miguel is going to be playing that line. On Scourge, we have Loda on the Pugna, Beastmaster being played by Misery the Slayer, Patchcat is going to be on the Kunkka, Ducky playing that Pit Lord, and we have Rasta being played by Quam. So, not gonna lie, MYM is my all-time favorite European team. Not too sure about it anymore because now they're not European anymore. They're now Singaporean. But MYM, I've definitely watched them since the beginning. Well, my beginning of watching them was back in 0.4 AB during their, you know, every tournament it was MYM versus VP, MYM versus VP, and I was always rooting for MYM. So this is my favorite team, my favorite European team of all time, and I felt that I need to dedicate one special commentary to them, and this is probably one of their best games. MYM has so many epic games, and it's so difficult to choose just one, but this is the one that I'm picking, and you guys would know maybe 30 minutes in the game why this is going to be epic. We're going to have the Tinker being on the mid lane here. Interestingly, if you look at his item set, 3 Mantle of Intelligence, that is going to give him plus 10 intelligence, or plus 10 damage. That's kind of what he's after. If you could compare it to today's item build, a no talisman will give you plus 9 and better stats, but back then there was no such thing, so that's why he's getting 3 no talisman and just a set of tangles. Meanwhile, we have the Beastmaster getting a slimmer set of item, preferring a little bit more regen. But right now, Kuroki doing an exceptional job in terms of keeping the Beastmaster even away from the creeps and away from the experience point. Meanwhile, he's going to have a free time in terms of the last sitting. On the top lane here, we're going to have a Slaughter plus a Vengeful Spirit against the Rasta and the Kunkka. I say the Kunkka and Rasta lane should have the advantage here. They have the better lane, being the top for the Scourge. The Kunkka have a little bit more passive harassment ability given that he has Tidebringer. Of course, the kind of the Hex plus the Hex plus Torrent and Shackle plus Torrent, very nice harassment setup for that Kunkka as well. So of course the greater range is on the Scourge side as well, so I feel like this lane should go to the Scourge side. Being on the bot lane here, Senso has a Shaker plus a line versus a Pitlor and Pugna. Pitlor and Pugna, both of them needs quite a bit of EXP, meanwhile these guys not so much. They're not that much in terms of EXP dependent. So I gotta say this lineup should have better. They have better stuns as well. You know, the Pit of Malice wasn't that good of a stun, and we're gonna have some Impale going on. Gonna harass down the Pugna a little bit. A lot more regen focus. You can see that this guy just have a Ring of Palladius though. They do both have salves and tangles and whatnot, so that's okay. Let's check back on the mid lane here. I think this is going to be a huge indication of how this game is going to be going. Misery is going to be level 3, meanwhile Tinker at level 3.5, so you can see that he's denying a little bit better. It looks like we have even more harass going in the bot lane here. Pugna is forced to burn his salve right now, but he should be fine. Back in 6.64 and actually 2 or 3 years ago, really, competitive Dota isn't anywhere like the Dota we see today. I think a lot of players would agree with me. I think the players in this game would also agree with me that they have grown quite a bit since then. Of course, when you play the game more and more, especially against better and better opponents, you would get better in general. And you know, nowadays the game is international. It looks like we're gonna make a little bit of attempt against Loda here. Loda should be fine, but you can see that just a single stun and a couple of hits here, he just goes down to a half HP. So this hero is just very, very fragile. But going back to the point that I was trying to say is that I think most players, and again the players in this game would agree that they, compared to the players that they are now, this is not kind of the most perfect play that we're going to see, but that's okay. It's going to be one epic game, and Dota is a game that's always evolving, and players are always getting better over time. And even though there might be imperfections, back in this time, everyone thought these players were the best, and I do believe they were the best. I don't think actually Chinese started playing here. But hey, I'm just going into a huge tangent. I'm not even talking about this game. So far, 0-0. Not too much harassment going on both sides here. We see that Beastmaster actually taking the rune without his bottle. Meanwhile, Tinker has got his bottles ready. So Beastmaster having a little bit of trouble in terms of getting to his bottle. Consider that his melee and Tinker has very, very strong lane control. It makes sense here. Let me see how Misery is doing on the go. He's only got 500 gold, so actually behind the bottle for quite a bit because Kuroki's got his bottle for a long time, and Beastmaster not even getting to 600 gold yet. An interesting fact about, oh, it looks like we have a pretty good Fisher Trap. As you see, the Pugna a little bit out of trouble. Great Fisher Trap by Angel here, and now Miguel is coming around. He is gonna get that impale off, and this Pugna is gonna be in trouble. He drops the ward though, but a couple more right click is gonna be it. As we see, Angel goes in for the last hit, gets the first blood right now. I think the line should be fine. Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay. Do we have mana for another Flamestorm? No, we don't, and that is gonna be the end of that engagement. Let's check out how the top lane is doing for a bit. We do have the Salve being burned by the Slithering Guard. Does have 4 Tango in the inventory. Here's how they're gonna make it go right now. Are they gonna focus on the Rasa? It seems like Rasa is gonna be on focus. There is gonna be a Slithering Crush as well. Dodges the torrent, very well done. Are they gonna dive? It looks like they are gonna be diving for that Rasa. Rasa definitely gonna go down. He does burn his nuke before doing so, and it looks like Slaughter is gonna just die to a tower. So 1-for-1 exchange. Meanwhile, on the mid lane here, Tinker is gonna be hasting in, trying to go down for the Beastmaster. Gonna get the kill as well. Well done. Looks like the game just got very, very action intensive in this past couple of seconds. Let me check out how Kuroki's doing. He's farming extremely well right now. Got 800 gold in the bank. I think he might even have the boots on the chicken. No, he doesn't. So okay. Of course, if you're not familiar with Tinker's play, he will just try to get up to his BOT as soon as possible, and then with his rearm ultimate skill, he will be able to go global, basically go everywhere in the map, harass with rockets, rearm your rockets, rocket one more time, and then TP back into the fountain and regen your mana up. So basically, against carry lineups, you could just do that all day, annoy the carry. And you know, most carry would be like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I have my Ring of Health, I have my Vanguard. I could just tank whatever harassment that's coming my way. Well, Tinker says, no, this is a new kind of harassment. You can't really tank this because I'll just keep doing it until you have to go back. So that's kind of what Tinker's thing is. And that's exactly what Kuroki should be doing this game, and I'm sure he will be doing so. Looks like Beastmaster has finally got his bottle, but yes, he's still melee. You can say that he's far behind in terms of EXP right now. Beastmaster is going to be hitting 5 momentarily, but the Tinker almost hitting 7, and that's kind of the issue. Once you allow Tinker to get a little bit ahead, it's very, very difficult to come back unless you get some really nice ganks. A couple of nukes here, and this Beastmaster is going to be forced to burn all his bottle charges. He can be dropping these gauntlets and then use the bottle charge and then picking back up. Overall, you regen a little bit more, you know, a little bit more health, but I think he's not as worried about it right now. As we see, looks like Pusher has noticed that the Quam is missing, and looks like there's going to be a little bit more gank attempt on that bot lane. Loda has been picked off without Pit Lord support, being hunted down by the chain stuns of that Shaker and the Lion. But looks like the Quam has given up that mid gank, and it's going to be going back on the top lane here. This ward has expired, so they shouldn't know where Quam is at this moment. They could go in for a little bit of backstab, but it is going to be a little bit difficult in terms of ganking the Slithering Guard. If you're going to hold someone with the Shackle, you know the pusher is going to be landing a magic missile to your face, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Meanwhile, looking like a little bit more harassment going onto mid lane right now. Misery doing his best, trying to use his pick to give himself a little bit more range, but this Boar really can't handle the Tinker as well as he would like it. Access being kind of used just to push the lane a little bit, get a couple of CS, and it looks like Tinker might be in trouble. If you could get a Roar off, no, just level 5, so never mind. And of course, Kuroki knows that as well, so he's actually staying in the lane at very low amount of health, and he's going to be fine. As long as he dodges the access, he should be fine. Looking at the bot lane here, let's see how everyone's doing here. Level 5 on both of these guys. Yeah, Pitlord will be hitting 5 very soon compared to level 5 Shaker, and these guys are almost hitting 6. So once these guys do hit 6, Pugna is definitely in trouble. Again, he's a very low HP hero. He needs to brace her up. He needs to pick up a point booster or something like that, or else he's going to just go down very quickly. Both sides, there's a lot of passive harass, not many ganks being done. And this is actually very uncharacteristics of never mind, as we see Tinker coming right in, so we are gonna get a steal kill on the bot lane here. Do we have a rocket? Yes, we do, but I don't think the Lion is in position to get off a no, he does get off a Hex, and the Impale is gonna be right after. Let's see who's gonna do the last hit. It looks like Kuroki trying to get that last hit. No, Kuroki's gonna go right into the tower range, gonna get the missile, gonna get that kill. So good job by Kuroki identifying that he catch up to the Pugna and get that free kill basically, and that was the bot lane being decimated. Meanwhile, it looks like Misery doesn't have that gank in him. I don't think he has feared himself a TP scroll. He really should, because he has just turned level 6, and that he would have actually saved his Pugna. Might be even got a kill against the Kuroki if he just had a TP scroll, but unfortunately he did not, and he just was forced to kind of farm in the mid lane. We do have a rune being picked up on the bot lane here by the Tinker, and what a lucky rune. Looks like this tower might be in trouble here as we see the glyph being popped. I think the Beastmaster is going to be in trouble as we're going to see Laser. Where's the rocket? There's a Terror coming from the Venge, and I think that Kuroki is going to get that kill as he's on a killing spree right now, and going to get himself very much gold. Let me check out how he's... Yeah, he's got 1,500 gold in the bank, so just 700 more for that ever more important BOT, and once he does pick up the BOT again, he's going to be annoying as heck. Interestingly, to point out that the Kuroki has not choose to deny this tower, and that's not because he has forgotten about it. He's too good for that. This is basically a conscious decision. I'm gonna keep my tower up so my friends could TP in and get this early engagement. We definitely seen MYM in the past do something like that. Nowadays, it's always... I think it's very common to get the tower denied. But I think back in this kind of metagame where keeping up tower was very important in terms of TPing in. Also, a very important thing about this map that's different from the map that we're now used to is that TP scroll doesn't have a charge up time. For example, you have 3 guys TP into the same tower at the same time. All of them will get here in 3 seconds. They don't get in here in 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 7 seconds, or however long it takes now. But all of them will come in the same time. So keeping up towers is even more important to do counter ganking and stuff like that. So again, like I said, he could have got that deny a long time ago, but he's not going to do it because again, it's good to keep tower up. You want to deny as much gold as possible. Looks like there's a roar against the beast, against the Tinker. Tinker is going to go down. No, it looks like Lion's going to come back from behind and just get a finger kill. This Lion Ninja coming out of nowhere, and Misery just got a GGC message apparently. And Kuroki, by the way, Misery and Kuroki has some beef against each other. Both of them, let's just say that they're not best of friends and talking some trash. Looks like the Lion in conjunction with Vengeful Spirit is going to try to make something happen. Vengeful Spirit is just 1 creep away from level 6. Looks like they're going to try to make it go on that Mania. Mania is going to take a torrent and a bolt to the face as well. But looks like he did get a 3-man stun, and I think he might end up going down. No, he's not going to sprint out. No, yes, he is going to sprint out. But meanwhile, Rasa has just died in right now. Do they have any more stuns? Looks like the Slaughter is coming in right now. He's trying to get a stun off. Unfortunately, ate the torrent to the face, and he has gone down. Miguel's got a double kill. Do we have a roar on that Beastmaster? There's a swap against the Pitlord. Pitlord might be in trouble. He's trying to run out. He doesn't have the boots of speed. Using the Flamestorm. Actually, Lion might be in trouble. He's tanking quite a bit of damage. He might end up going down very low HP. And here comes Kuroki once again. Gonna get a laser kill as we see Lion goes down to the Beastmaster. And I think that should be the end of the engagement. Yeah, that is the end of the engagement. And now we still don't have a BOT on the Tinker. No, he just got enough gold for the BOT. So actually using a buying TP score just joined the fight in the top lane here. And definitely paid off. Because he got a couple kills. Got a couple assist kills as well. So very well done there. I'll talk about this Hawk and how is it different from the current Beastmaster Hawk now. It looks like the Tinker trying to TP out, but he's gonna get roared. Where's the roar? No roar. I think roar must have been on cooldown, or else I would have used it for sure. It looks like Kunga does not have picked up his X marks the spot yet. Of course, you shouldn't have picked it up right now unless you're going for a very, very special build. But I'm pretty sure he's playing a very standard Kunga build, so didn't have X. And Kuroki was able to make it out there alive. Easy, and now looks like he's gonna make it go on the mid lane here. Rasa is lit up by the amp damage, trying to go in, unable to really do so because the tower protection was a little bit too dangerous to be there. And now you see the Tinker having that BOT, he will be just flying over the map and just annoying like crazy. Looks like we have a 2-man TP. You can see that both of these guys will be TPing in right at the same time. The Kree have seen them, and they are gonna make it go. And loaded have not realized that the Lion's backstabbing. Now he should know, seeing the Lion's attack animation, but they're still staying. This is definitely a mistake. Ducky is gonna be in trouble. They're hexing the Pugna, preventing him drop any type of nukes, and they're gonna get a free kill against the Pillow right now. Lion trying to get there. He does have one more mana for Impale. Here comes the Rasa though. Perfect war trap. Wow, gonna get the Lion in trouble. No, a quick kill on the Lion and good tango and a magic wand, keeping himself alive. Miguel playing very well. Here comes the Slaughter on the mid lane though, and Kuroki is KSing his way to a double kill unstoppable streak. I think that's a 5-kill streak, a 6-kill streak. Excuse me there. And the reason I say KS, of course, he's doing a buttload of damage in these fights, but I think his teammates are really deliberately giving him the kills on the heroes. And really, Tinker does need a little bit of help in the start, but now that he's got a couple kills under his belt, now it's got his BOT, he could be extremely effective as this game progresses. He could really join in terms of basically be in terms of every engagement and really help out. Of course, I haven't really been talking about hero synergy and things like that, but if you look at the comparison, it looks like the Beastmaster might be in trouble. Tinker coming in, is it going to come down and refresh a rocket? No, the Beastmaster was moving a little bit too fast. But compared to the Sentinel lineup and the Scourge lineup, the Sentinel has by far a lot more stuns, as we see Pusher being picked off on the bot lane here by my 3-man gang. Here comes the line TPing in. I think they didn't see it because it was nightfall, but I don't think Miguel by himself could do too much unless we have Tinker TPing as well. No, he's gonna make a go for it right now. There's a ward though. It's gonna zap him pretty hard, and his mana is getting a little bit drained. No, negative degen from him. Looks like Tinker is being ulting to the bot lane. But as I was saying earlier, if you compare to the stun on the Scourge here, let's look at how many stuns that Scourge have. They have a roar, which I guess you could use as a stun. The Torn and both are stuns, but they're not really reliable stuns. Of course, Shackle and Hexes are stuns as well, but the Shackle isn't that reliable either. But if you compare to the Sentinel amount of stuns, so we might have a little bit of engagement on the mid lane. No, I think we're fine. Looks like he's trying to get a swap. Blink Dagger already up on the Angel. There's going to be a swap, and Magic Missile is going to be cast as well. No, looks like Slaughter is going to clean up, as we see Tinker in position trying to get yet another KS. Unfortunately, unable to do so, but he has BOT. He could use his mana like crazy, and then he's gonna go back. But yes, again, if we count the number of for sure stuns, right, Impale is a for sure stun, it's targetable. We have Hex, we have Slaughter Crush, which is not that difficult to aim, a Blink Dagger on that Shaker, so that's 2 or 3 more stuns. The Swap and the Magic Missile, that's another couple of stuns as well. So Sentinel has way more stuns than the Scourge team. As we see Lion a little bit of trouble. Do we have another Shackle? We don't have the Shackle. Lion is gonna be fine, as we see Tinker TPing right now. Angel gets a kill from the backstab, and he's gonna go in with the Slaughter. Looks like they're gonna focus war right now. We're gonna see an Enchant Totem. No, Echo Slam getting to Enchant Totem's gonna get the stun as well. I don't think they needed Enchant Totem. As you can see here, the entire Scourge team just kind of got wrecked. As we see, what is the score right now? 18-4. The Scourge in complete trouble. Of course, the wards did take down a tower, so well done there. Slaughter is going to TP down to the top lane to find himself a little bit more farm. And looks like we have the Beastmaster and the Kunga TP in mid lane. One thing I really sort of dislike about Misery's play is he's not really too active. There was a very nice fight at the top lane. But aside from that, he hasn't been really TPing around as a Beastmaster should really do. I feel like he has a very strong counter ganking ability. Considering that his roar pushes everyone aside, it makes really your teammates, it gives your teammates a chance to run away. You know, having that long duration stun, having that slow, of course, axes, pigs, you know, being able to help out. But Misery haven't been really carrying a TP score around, and I you know, somewhat dislike that play. But also, an interesting thing about this tower that the MYM team chooses to not deny has actually backfired against them, as we saw because they joined at a bot team fight. Misery and the Kunka was able to get a get a tower kill for themselves. So a little bit of a unlucky break for MYM, but the strategy was definitely planned. It just didn't work out as well as they wanted to. But yes, let's look at some of the item progression, because items are being bought very quickly right now. This Kunkka gotta be very careful. Here comes Angel. Angel's got the Blink Dagger, and that's the item that we're talking about. We have an Enchant Totem. He is X right now, and he doesn't have time to cast a Torn. We have a really nice block. Kunkka might be in a little bit of trouble. He's using the bolt maybe to increase his movement speed, but now I think the line will be fine. Two-man Impale gonna get off. They're gonna try to focus on Kunkka. Kunkka's gonna end up go. No, he's not gonna end up go. No, here comes the Tinker from the back line. Gonna drop off a Marching Machine to do a little bit more residual damage. I don't think he could do enough damage to get this kill against Pillage. Pillage gonna try to TP out, but not able to do so, as we see KuroKy gets a double kill there. Very well done by KuroKy. I need to pause a little bit and talk about these item choices, because we see very interesting item choices. First thing to talk about is, of course, Blink Dagger on that Earthshaker. Has got it very early. You definitely don't expect Shakers nowadays to get such early Blink Dagger, as we see this Beastmaster is definitely gonna. Where's your Magic Missile? Oh, 95 mana is the Magic Missile cost, but unfortunately he did not get up there. Do we have a Finger of Death? Yes, we do. Looks like Miguel is gonna just finish it by himself. Very strong. Here comes the Rasa though, and these guys are pretty much out of mana. Quam should basically just run straight in, because these guys have no mana. But I guess he was just a little bit afraid. You never really want to run into more heroes than you should, as we see X Torrent going against Pusher, and they are going to get a kill against Pusher. You could always expect that you'll be winning and raping a game, but Pusher will still feed, because that's kind of his thing. Pusher is... No, I can't check Pusher's score because we have so much stuff going on right now. Pusher is 1-2. Pretty good. But Tinker, 9-0, 4-0 on Angel, 6-1 on Miguel. It's fair to say that the MYM team is having a huge lead right now, and Scourge kind of in trouble. But for the last time, goddamn, let me talk about the items. Blink Dagger finished on Angel, and you can see that he's putting very good use it already, making some very nice ganks. BOT on that Tinker being global, like I said earlier, being basically on every single team fight. There was very few team fights where KuroKy is trying to join this team fight right now, and he's gonna make it here, and they're gonna get a kill on this Proudmoore. Maybe no, Proudmoore's gonna be fine. As you see, they're gonna try to work on the Tinker, and Tinker might TP into a little bit of poor position. I see. No, Venge says no. Pusher says, dude, if one thing I could do right in Dota would just save my team, a relentless play by the Pusher Street there. Well done, keeping KuroKy alive. KuroKy's life flashed before his eyes there, but bold move from both the Pusher and also from KuroKy, saving the Slaughter and then also saving KuroKy themselves. So very nicely played. But here comes Angel. He's gonna blink in and do a little bit more action, as we see Quam very slow, very fat, and he does get a stun off, and I think that should be the end of that engagement. KuroKy is pinging up top. Maybe they're gonna make yet another type of engagement. They do have the numerical advantage. You know, always if you have a global hero such as Furion, such as Tinker, you can always grab yourself that numerical advantage. But finally, can I talk about items? I think I can. But yes, interestingly, that Phase Boots has been purchased on the Demon Witch, and he's actually, I mean, he has realized that, hey, I'm gonna try my best to get ganks off, and that Phase Boot will really help them catch up, because it seems like we have a lot of chasing team fights, running in to get that next couple of stuns, couple of impales, couple of hexes. It looks like the Beastmaster is going to get up going down. KuroKy KS that one once again. Looks like ward is being dropped down. Shaker drops a huge amount of stuns as well. Because the wards are in position, I don't think really both teams won't really try to run past. Scourge, of course, want to fight next to the wards, and meanwhile Sentinel want to get the hell out from the wards. So both teams not really willing to fight. Well, Angel might want to jump back in. No, I think that's going to be the end of it. But yes, Miguel going for a little bit more mobility and being able to catch up to get a stun off is, you know, very important. Duh, I feel like I just said something very dumb. But I think Demon Witch's next item is going to be Blink Dagger. And right now the Sentinel team extremely mobile. As you see, maybe Angel going to be blinking past and trying to get a kill here. The Hawk is going to be scouting him. And yes, earlier I was saying that there's going to be a difference between the Greater Hawk of 6.64 Beastmaster compared to 6.72 Beastmaster, and the difference is that this Hawk doesn't have that permanent invis if you park him there for a bit. This old Hawk, you can move him, and then he has an active skill that turns him invisible for like 3-4 seconds, or is it 5 seconds, something like that. So you could basically scout with the invisible Hawk even moving, and that's kind of like legit map hack really. But now the Hawk nowadays, which I think is actually a little bit better for less skilled Beastmaster player, you could just park him there and it will grant you visible sight while he stays invisible, so that's pretty good. But for more the better Beastmaster player that's always microing their Hawk, the 6.64 Hawk was definitely a lot better, and it was tankier as well, 200 HP compared to 60 HP I believe of the new Hawk. Looks like Kunkka is farming on the bot lane here. He has power. Oh, he has Strange Threats already finished, but also, oh, looks like this Kunga is gonna be dead for sure. We're gonna have a Blink enchant totem. I think the dagger might be still cooling down, should be getting off cooldown very soon, but looks like he's not going to make it alive. Bolt just for that movement speed increase. But no, it looks like Kuroki has KS his way up to a godlike streak. It looks like we are going to see a Mystic Staff, and that is an indication of not a Hex, but a Mystic Staff. But a Shiva's Guard, excuse me. Shiva's Guard really increased Tinker's farming rate by a huge amount. Basically, you TP in the lane, you pop your Shivas, you rearm, pop Martial Machine. No, TP in, Martial Machine, Shiva, rearm, Shiva one more time, and the wave should be dead, and you TP right back home. Of course, give you quite a bit of mana pool to work with as well. So, definitely a very good item choice. Nowadays, you want to go Hex first, because different from 6.64 Dota, the Dota of today is a lot faster. You want to get, big items as soon as you can. Looks like we have a Blink Dagger coming up, and there's a TP in from the invisibility being being amped up by that Slaughter. Very interesting there. But yes, like I was saying earlier, the difference between Tinker play nowadays and the Tinker play before is that games were a lot slower back then. The normal length of a Dota game back then was like an hour, and that's normal. But nowadays, a normal game of Dota is like 30 minutes, so you can't really just gamble the fact that, hey, I'm going to be able to farm up to a Shivas and then Hex, because that would take basically forever. Looks like Tinker might be a little bit trouble as he's going to take an X-Torn, and we're going to have a Decrep Blast. He decreps himself. That's a very interesting choice. Maybe he oh, here comes the Shaker. Gonna get, might be the 2 kills? Yes, gonna get 1 kill right now. Are they gonna be chasing in for the Pugna? No, he isn't. I'm not too sure why the self-decrep. Maybe because the rocket does physical damage, I believe, and if he's decrep, the heat-seeking missile won't get him. I think that must have been the case here. But here comes the Slaughter. Might be trying to get a Blink in against the Beastmaster. The Hawk, the Pig in position to kind of cancel him out. I think he's now in a horrible position. No Blink in from Mania. And he's actually got a very high skill Blink into the trees. Like, this is low worthy. Actually, he might be in trouble as these creeps really railing on him right now. He's gonna try to TP out. Actually, a good war trap against the Tinker. Tinker half HP. Tinker's actually gonna end up going down as Misery got a huge bounty. Looks like the Beastmaster chasing with that Necro 1 book. Yes, that is Necro 1 book. Should be microing a Mana Burn right now. He actually might be in trouble. He's very low HP, only 70 HP right now. Gonna turn back with that bottle, and looks like the Vengeful Spirit might be going down as well. These creeps doing an exceptional job blocking for the oh, what an axis. And I think he's gonna go down into one more hit. Looks like someone's gonna be coming in, and he's gonna be fine. At the very least, he's gonna get swapped out. He's gonna get swapped in by the Slaughter. Slaughter's gonna be blinking right in. Where's the Blink? Oh, Mania. There's a Blink, come on, but he already used his stun. It looks like, yes, there's gonna be a second stun as well, and a Fissure Block. Wow, Angel coming out of nowhere there. Slaughter getting himself a free kill. And looks like Ducky definitely chased a little bit more than he should have, and got killed there. So as I was saying earlier, Tinker nowadays generally go Hex or go for that big item first, or at least go for Force Staff for a little bit more survivability. But the Tinker of the past went for the big items, because you know the game's going to be dragging out for quite a bit. Let's look at Scourge item a little bit. I think we saw Necro Book 1 on the Beastmaster. We do see the Pugna probably going for the Strength Threats to get a little bit more HP. And we see a Necrobook attempt on this Shadow Shaman as well, as we see both Staff of Wizardry and a Belt of Giant Strength. Let me see how Kunga's doing. Kunga's got Strength Tress and Belt, and that's what confused me a little bit earlier, as we see a little bit more engagement on here against the Pugna. Pugna's definitely going to go down here, as we see Tinker jacking yet another kill. Kuroki is just relentless on that KS. I think nowadays might be a little bit, or at this stage of the game, might be a little bit better to give it to the line. Sure, he's got the Blink Dagger, but you want him to pick up a point booster maybe. But yeah, everyone on the Sentinel is ridiculously farmed. But let's go back to the Kunga. He's got the Strength Trap, but he's got another Belt of Giant Strength. So I don't know what that belt is really turning into. We have Necrobook recipes all over the place, so I'm guessing this might be a mass Necrobook build, but that's very unlikely. And the reason that is unlikely is because Necrobook is a ban item, or it used to be ban item. I think back in 0.4 AB, many tournaments had Necrobook restrictions. Like, you can only make 1 Necrobook or maybe even 2 Necrobooks per game, because it's really a game-breaking item. It increased the mana pool and the strength pool of who's ever carrying the Necrobook for quite a bit. When you pop it, it gives you attack speed aura, it gives you movement aura, it gives you a lot of tanking ability, because because the minions themselves would be tanking some AoE damage. Of course, it gives you a whole bunch of DPS because they do attack quite very quickly. There's a mana burn, which can shut down very low mana pool hero very easily, such as Slardar, such as the Earthshaker. So just many good benefits that the Necro Book could give you, and that's why it's such a bad item. As we see Lion hiding in the trees, while these two guys, I don't think they see each other. Yeah, none of them see each other. This is, dude, if this Beastmaster just pops a Hawk right now. Now it looks like they're TPing somewhere. Are they gonna make a gank on the bot lane? I think that is gonna be the case. No, they're TPing to the second tower. Ooh, they're TPing really far back. They wanted to make a gank on the Slardar, but Slardar just goes back. So not too sure. Maybe they're going for a Roshan attempt. Oh yeah, Roshan also wasn't a very popular choice back in this day and age. Nowadays, if you have a hero movement like this, Scourge would have been going straight for Roshan. But yes, Roshan definitely wasn't that popular back in Dota. And looks like they're going to be making a tier 2 push on this tower. Meanwhile, Sentinel will be getting a push on their own. But trading a tier 1 tower for a tier 2 tower, always worth it, always worth it. Looks like we do have a Shiva's Guard finish for the Tinker. Meanwhile, we have we have Boots of Travel being picked up by the Earthshaker. Boots of Travel definitely a lot more popular as an item back then, and definitely not as popular as we see everyone TPing in. This is what I mean about the TP scroll work, as we see all the guys materializing in right now. Wards being dropped, Necro Book 1 and 2 being popped. They're going to try to focus down on the Slardar. Slardar is going to take a bolt to the face, 500 damage and a stun. That's such an imbalanced skill. Yeah, let's make more song reference, as we see Vengeful Spirit gonna get her head cut off by those axes, and a tower is gonna be claimed. And yes, it looks like the Scourge is gonna be going for mass Necro Book build. As I was saying earlier, most tournaments have banned Mass Necrobook or more than 2 Necrobooks, and I think 6.60 or 6.2 at the very first was one of the few maps that tournaments have stopped having these item restrictions. So it looks like Fnatic's going to be pulling out an interesting one. It's still not a for sure thing that we'll be seeing 5 Necrobook, because Beastmaster is a great Necrobook holder. Rasta himself is not a bad Necrobook holder, so they might just be getting some good items. But if the fact that I already see Strength Treads on the Kunkka, and the fact that he's got another Belt of Giant Strength, this is a very beautiful foreshadowing that it might just be Mass Necrobook. And if it is, it's gonna be a beautiful thing to watch. You know, we definitely seen like Dagon stacks. We definitely, oh, looks like we have a Blink going in against the Pugna. We're at good chain stun, good self chain stun. Well, not really, he's missing a couple of seconds, but Kuroki's right there to already trying to work on his second godlike chaos streak, as Kuroki adeptly do so, get that last hit there. Yes, I mean, what else are you gonna buy into a Sapphire Rosary? Back then, 6.64, Dagon's been really noted as a kind of a noob item, only pups buy it. There wasn't a, well, I guess you could get Cyclone, but Cyclone's such a underrated item back then as well. Force Staff wasn't introduced until I think much later. So the only logical choice if you have a Staff of Wizardry is the Necrobook, and considering how everything is happening right now, it should be a Necrobook. But yes, yeah, one of the great thing about Necrobook is that whenever you pop one, if it's Necro, especially if it's Necro 3, you could consider as having an extra hero on your team. Literally, they tank so much. As we see a roar going on, there's a Necrobook being popped. Micro, get that mana burn, sir. He's trying to wand out, but he's completely trapped by Angel. Micro, your stuff, Misery. Oh my goodness, here comes a swap from that Venge, and Misery definitely missed a kill there. That was a heavy misplay by Misery, and looks like Vengeful Spirit is going to pay for it with this life. There's a War Trap just for a kill, but no, Mania. I mean, Angel comes in, says, hell no. Gonna save my Venge, and actually they might be both in trouble, as you see Venge actually gonna go down, and now there's a burn. But looks like here comes a Slaughter as well. Gets a mana gets an amp damage on that Beastmaster. Beastmaster in complete trouble. He's lit right now. And where is Kuroki? Kuroki's gonna fire in one rocket. He's trying to TP and do as many rockets as possible. We do have a blink in from the Slardar and from the Shaker as well. And looks like the Beastmaster is gonna cut out the trees. Very well done. Gonna make it out alive. And this is exactly what I mean about having a lot of high skill players. It's gonna be X-Torn. X-Torn's of course not missing. He's too good for that, and there's gonna be a life drain to get the kill as well. And earlier when I was saying that if you have a Necro 3 and if you micro it properly, which Misery did not show us there, if you micro it properly, it's actually having a 6 hero on your team. They do so much damage, they're able to tank so much damage, and they're able to chase away heroes. Like Necrobooks are one of the few things, one of the few non-hero units in the game where you can chase other heroes away. And imagine how it is if you have 10 hero on a team going up against 5 heroes. and that's why mass Necro Book is one of the most beautiful things I have seen, and I've definitely done quite a bit in Dota, done quite a bit of it in in-house play. But again, yes, we have Necro Book 1 on this Kunkka. We have almost Necro Book 1 on this Oblivion. And let me see how Beastmaster's doing. Beastmaster's got the full Necro 3 finish. We have Necro 2 on the roster. And where's this Pit Lord? Pit Lord's got his Necro 1 as well. And we're going to see a mass Necro Book build. And let's look at the score right now. It's 28-10. They're down by 18 kills. They're really in a dire situation as all their towers are really breached. The first tower is all breached. Looks like we have a 2-3 man TP on the top lane. Looks like all they really want to do is farm right now, because Necro Book does cost quite a bit. The first Necro Book costs about 3,000 gold, and every time you upgrade it, it's a 1350. Now it's 1250. I think before it was 1350. So that's another 2,700. So it costs about, you know, almost up to 6,000 gold for a full Necro. Think of what you could buy with 6,000 gold. You could buy a Hex. You know, you could almost even buy a in fact, you could buy a full Scotty, you could buy a Butterfly, you could buy a Heart. So these are some tier 4 items if you want to compare it to like that. And Necro Book definitely have its own strength, but is it as good as a Hex? You know, that's a question that we will have to wait and see as we see Sentinel trying to get a push going on. Let me see how Sentinel is doing in terms of the item progression. We have a point booster being picked up by the Ventral Spirit, a Blink Dagger, and a Voice Stone being picked up by the Lion. So I thought Lion was going to go for a little bit more raw stats, raw HP, raw mana pool, but it looks like he is going to go for just a Voice Stone. Maybe he's going to go into a Hex, but I think that's a little bit too ambitious for a Lion. He's not going to be farming a little bit, farming damage. You know, we have a BKB attempt on that Slaughter. Very, very standard item choice here. Let me see how let me see how Shaker's doing. Shaker's going for a Hex. This is very, very bold item build, because again, as a Shaker, you don't expect to get that much farm, but hey, if he's rich enough to get a Blink Dagger, BOT, and then an Ultim Orb, I guess he's rich enough to get that Hex. But let's see how Tinker's doing, and Tinker has a BKB. Now you might be thinking like, WTF, why would you ever want to get a BKB on Tinker? I think before 6.7, I want to say, or maybe 6.68, or well, whatever, BKB got nerfed on Tinker. But it wasn't nerf in this version, and the nerf was you cannot refresh BKB Tinker. As we see, he's TPing very aggressively. He's gonna pop the BKB right now, pops Shiva. Looks like Lion did end up going down, but he's gonna get a kill, I think, against a Pit Lord right now. No, he's trying to get the kill. Do we have a Rocket? Very, very low. He's not gonna get close enough. And looks like you see that his BKB duration is running out. He could actually, he didn't, and he's gonna get the Bolt Torrented. So a little bit misplay by the Tinker there, as he's taking so much damage. There's a mana burn on him as well. His mana is regenerating quite a bit as he's a full bottle. He's gonna be using it. Do we have yet another Torrent? Torrent does have a fairly long cooldown. There's a Torrent. Torrent is going to get dodged. Well done by Kuroki, juking that one out, and that should be the end of it. Is that actually going to turn around and gonna get the kill there? Oh, Pusher got the kill there. Well done. As we see, Angel picks up 100 gold for free. But earlier, as I was saying, Tinker back in 6.64, you could pop the BKB, and as soon as your BKB is over, you press refresh or rearm, and then you could pop the BKB again. So you could basically have permanent magical immunity. And it's the sickest thing ever. You could go in the middle of everything, cash your Shivas, cash your Marching Machine, cash all your spells, and you'd be basically magically immune. They can't do anything except right click to you. And what is right click gonna do to you when you have 23 armor? Not so much, not so much. And that's why this is such a good item build. Getting that armor first, getting the mana first, and then getting back to that magic immunity on that Tinker. And this Tinker is going to be absolutely annoying. He's trying to look at how aggressively he's really trying to TP in against the enemy team, and he can do that because again he's got the BKB. It looks like the Beastmaster gonna go for the hood. This is the old way to kill the hood. You get a Helmet Iron Will. It looks like he might get in trouble. He blinks into huge trouble. Do we have mana burn? Yes, we finally had that mana burn. Looks like the Beastmaster might be going down. I don't think Misery should be chasing anymore, and now he has just seen why he shouldn't be chasing, and Misery getting a little bit baited right now. Do we have yeah, we have a little bit of stun coming in, and this Beastmaster very, very tanky and did that. Got Coca Defiance. Looks like we have everyone chasing right now, and looks like Loda is, oh, there's gonna be a Hex. Are we gonna have a War Trap? Oh, there's a Hex on that Tinker, and Tinker is gonna end up going down. Can it get to him? All these guys are blocking, but finally the axe is gonna finish off. You can see that these summons are gonna start to do so much damage. Let's get a quick Necro book check. As you see, Necro 1 on the Kunkka, Necro 3 finish on the Rasa, Necro 2 on the Pit Lord, Necro 3 of course on the Beastmaster. And who's their last player? Last player was Rasta? No. I already talked about the Rasa. Okay, I think that was all. That was all the Necro books here. And you can see that 600 HP, that's a level 2 Necrobook. But yeah, it's so easy to just take down towers. Of course, you don't send all of your Necrobooks on the tower. You maybe send most of them, and then you send like 1 or 2, and then just send it past the tower and just basically scare everyone away. The Scourge team got to be very careful. They're clumping very hard against that Beastmaster ult, which can do quite a bit of damage. And here comes the Necrobook coming in and just gonna scare everyone away, burning everyone's mana. You can see that Slaughter's basically done at this point. He doesn't have too much mana pool left. The Rasa Ward's doing a significant damage to his tower. They cannot clump because this Shaker's ult is gonna hurt. No, they're gonna just clump up, and maybe they're very confident because they have so much strength on the Necrobook. You can see the Necrobook is just pushing in right now, and the Scourge, you gotta keep in mind they're behind 16 kills. Scourge is behind 16 kills, and they're trying to Rax right now. This is such a big play. It looks like they are gonna get chased off. Here comes the Slaughter. Slaughter pops a BKB, but is gonna get grabbed, and he might be in a little bit of trouble as we see Slaughter is gonna get a little bit of assist from that line. Where is the amplified damage? Amplified damage not being casted at this moment in time. This BKB form just ran out, and we're gonna have X Torrent going all over him. Torrent actually missing a little bit. The first time I see the Torrent missing, and I think that should be it as Pusher went down as well. Yeah, the Scourge should be backing off at this point. Yeah, I think I just saw Pit Lord TPing out. Yeah, Scourge should be backing out because they're basically out of mana. They should be getting a little bit more upgraded in terms of item. They did get 1 Rax, 2 towers, so that's a lot of go for them to upgrade their Necrobooks, buy a little bit more restorative items, or buy a little bit more HP items. Looks like, yes, Pipe is going to be Beastmaster's next item. And let me see how Necrobook 1 with the Mecha. Necrobook 3, I wonder what Rasa is going to go into. Probably an Agamemnon Scepter. I think he already got the Agamemnon Scepter upgrade. Necro 3 is already finished on the Pit Lord. Let's see how Kunga's doing. Kunga's got Necro 2, I presume. Let me check out his gold, though. Kunga's got 200 gold in the bank, so I assume he's got Necro 2. Okay, just Necro 2 right now. So Kunga's very, very slow in terms of his Necrobook, but that's fine because, you know, it's okay. He's got 2k HP already. He's got, you know, Bolt Torn. It's fine. It's fine. So, if you're Sentinel, you just kind of got like, oh, WTF, this is illusion. Okay, if you're Sentinel, you're like, what? We're leading by freaking 16 kills, 15 kills, but they just got a Rax on us. We have a Blink Dagger on our line, on our Shaker, on our Slaughter. We should be initiating every fight. We should be raping. But they just kind of like, oh shit. The Scourge is actually stronger than us with all their Necrobooks, and this is a huge indication why Necrobook is such a strong item. You could be very behind, but it's gonna be turn the game around. So you see a 3-man stun. The Necrobook should be popped left and right. Here comes a Shaker. They need to kill the Shaker before he drops his ult. He's gonna drop the ult right now. Oh my god! As we see a huge Echo Slam killing basically every single Necrobook. Lion comes in with the Finger of Death. Is gonna pick off the Pugna as well. As we see kills being traded left and right. And now the Lion out of mana at this point. He won't be able to blink away. But he has Phase Speed, so he's moving basically very, very quickly. As we see all the Scourge guys at low HP, but because of their HP pool is so ridiculously high, you can see 1600 HP on all of them, and I think Kunga has 2k HP. As we see Angel saying that he's got 700 gold in terms of getting that Necrobook. If that Beastmaster, seems to me, if that Shaker was in low enough HP and if he could ult 7 Necrobooks, that is by far a very good ult. But if you jump in full HP and try to ult the Necrobook party and you die immediately, then that's probably not so good. Because Shaker, even though you drop off your ult, your cooldown of your spells is short enough that you could, if you survive the team fight, you could come back and chase off heroes that are trying to come out. As we see this Rax under huge amount of focus, and it's gonna go down. Uh-oh. Siege unit, Meat Vagans, gonna get that kill very well done, and Scourge should just back off right now. There's really no point to keep chasing. I see Fen trying to maybe get a swap off. He might swap the Kunga, and this Beastmaster might be in trouble. As we see blinking from the Slithering Guard, he is gonna get Roar, but the swap is gonna be in range, and this Beastmaster is gonna go down. Rasa should just back off right now. Shouldn't get off another kill. Yes, he is gonna be going for that point booster. So a couple of difference in terms of item builds I want to point out compared to the item builds that we see today. Vanguard is non-existent in this map. In fact, a lot of pro players back then just thought, hey, Vanguard is such a noob item. Why do I want HP and regen? Oh, that might sound very dumb. Like, okay, if you want just regen, just get a magic bottle. It gives you regen. If you want HP, just get like a BKB or get a point booster. That gives you more HP. That was their mindset in that game. Back in this patch, and for a long time as well. That was the mindset. It wasn't until much later they realized, oh shoot, Vanguard is actually not bad in terms of tanking. Even till maybe 25, 30, maybe even 40 minutes in the game, the HP is still very, very good. The regen isn't bad. Of course, the damage block starts to become somewhat useless at that point. But yes, it wasn't until much later that pro player mass pick up Vanguards. And I think Vanguard wouldn't be too bad on a couple of these heroes. Especially if you're facing up so many Blink Daggers, it is so crucial that you survive the initial barrage of spells. I mean, Blink Lion, Blink Shaker, Blink Slaughter. If you're able to survive all those spells with your Vanguards and all that stuff, you're able to pop off your spells. You're able to pop off your Necro 3. And once you do pop off the Necro 3, I gotta say Scourge is by far a lot stronger. And right now, because the Sentinel don't have the Scourge, don't have enough HP, even with the Necro books, they're falling victim to these Blink Daggers, and these Blink Daggers are doing its job right now. Looks like we have a Torn being casted, or just a fake Torn, just raising his hand, giving you a finger to kind of let you see. Looks like the Scourge is trying to push this tower right now, and Rasta doesn't have a TP score. I gotta say, this is a mistake that you won't kind of see in pro games nowadays, but you know, Scourge bot tower getting pushed, but hey, no TP score in Rasta, and it looks like he's actually not even gonna join the fight. So I gotta say, oh, maybe it's like, oh, you know what? We have Loda dead anyways. We can't really defend the tower really. We don't want to get blinked on, so let's just give up the tower. I actually think they can get this tower defended, but hey, that wasn't a Fnatic's decision, so they're gonna turn back. We do see Pipe being finished on the Beastmaster, and he has a chainmail. I don't think he's going to be getting a mecha. I don't think he's going to be stacking a buckler. So the last item that he could be getting is going to be the blade mail, excuse me. And blade mail, by the way, in this map was probably the most imbalanced item. Looks like they're going to be going for the... Oh, Roar just missing. TPing out right there, very safe. Yes, the blade mail probably the most imbalanced item in this game. It returns pure damage. Of course, pure damage goes through magic resistant. It goes through armor. It looks like we have a couple man TP. Where are they TPing right now? Is it going to be the top lane? Yes, it's going to be a top lane here, and we're going to see a full scale push. Looks like the Sentinel team has realized as well. And here we go. We're going to see Necro Books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Necro Books all being popped right now. And what do you do against this? Oh shit, we see all the Necro books, we see wards being dropped right now, and Shaker is going to drop a huge ult. They got to be very, very careful. Tinker, a little bit afraid in terms of casting his spell, because he doesn't want to really die. He pops the BKB and goes in right now, and here we go. Bo and the Echo Slam being dropped right now, but entire Scourge team still alive, because these Necro books are keeping them alive. Shaker still in full position. None of the blue Necro books have died just yet right now. Looks like Misery Slayer did kill the line, and here we go. The Tinker might be in a little bit of trouble. The Slaughter out of position as well. Looks like we have the X against the Shaker. Shaker gets sent into the air. It looks like he's going to pop the blade mail, but the Scourge team is going to focusing him down. And at the end of that team fight, after taking an Echo Slam, after taking a Slithering Crush, after taking so much damage, they are basically pretty much in healthy amount of HP, and they're going to take off the range racks. They are going to take off the melee racks. Looks like we have the Slaughter blinking right in. The Rasta is going to be... Oh, he got decryptified by the Pugnet. Looks like we have a swap on the Beastmaster. Beastmaster might end up going down as well. Do you have another Slithering Crush? Where's the amplified damage? She might be still on cooldown right now. There's the amplified damage. She is going to go down right now, but the backline, the Scourge team did get off yet another Rax. The Scourge, by the way, is down. How many kills? They're down 16 kills. But Scourge is the team that's getting 2 Raxes right now. This game, it is absolutely intense. Sentinel went off a huge lead in terms of hero kills. They have so many better items. They have the basically the Shiva's BKB on the oh my god, on the Tinker. They have 3 Blink Daggers up on their key hero. Vengeful Spirit actually tank, gonna be going for that blade mail. I think he is gonna be flinging the blade mail soon. They have so many better items, but it's just simple Necro 3s on the Scourge team. 1 tier 4 item on all of them, just out pushing, and you just saw how difficult it was to go against the last team fight. Whenever the Scourge team have that positioning, if they are able to pop all 5 Necro books, send in the Necro book first, pop those pipe, and just run up the hill, there's really nothing the Sentinel could do. I don't care if you have Echo Slam, it's just too much stuff to go through. And Scourge easily, well, they did lose to 2 or 3 heroes, but they rather easily, in my opinion, got the Raxus, and you can see the ping gonna go for the bot lane. They are feeling the blood right now. They don't care that they're down 16 kills. They are just gonna go for that big push to get that Mega Rax and gonna win the game right now. I'll talk about what MYM need to do to kind of prevent this from happening, but let's talk about that blade mail just a bit. Compared to the blade mail now today, blade mail today, I think there's like a 22 or 23 second cooldown. Blade mail in this game has 15-second cooldown, so for long enough team fight, you can actually pop your blade mail multiple times. It returns pure damage. It lasts 5 seconds. I think now it only lasts like 3, or was it 3.5? It doesn't last nearly as long. And right now, MYM doing the correct thing to do, and that's engaging outside the base. They cannot allow the Scourge team to go into base. They're trying to focus on the Pugna. Pugna very low as we see Echo Slam comes through now. Lion might be in trouble, and yeah, Lion is going to get in trouble. He's going to get Roar Mana Burn. Self-Cyclones. Yes, that is a Self-Cyclone as we see Blaymail's blades being popped everywhere. This Lion's going to get a... He's going to eat a... basically, the X didn't return because he got stunned, as we see Blaymail being popped once again on Angel. Angel's gonna get... Look at those blades! Everyone popping that Blaymail, and this Vengeful Spirit is going to end up going down as well. What a nice torrent being played by Patrick. Now here comes the Tinker. Tinker gets 1 kill right now, but he actually might be in trouble. Do we have some X torrent combo? No, the Tinker with that BKB magical immunity is going to be fine. I think the 1 blue minion did die. No, it might not have. But yeah, that's going to be the end of that push. Yes, MYM making the correct strategical choice. They seen how deadly this push could be. If you allow them to go into the base, they would just, even though if you kill them a couple of times, all the residual damage from the wards, all the residual damage from the necrobooks, they will just mow down your racks. Your racks are not that tank. But if you fight them outside the base, if you fight them in isolated areas, or even if you lose a couple of team fights, you could use your buybacks. You could use a couple of things to kind of delay the push as much as possible. That's what MYM need to do, and they're doing exactly that. Scourge gotta be very, very careful. Yes, they're ahead right now, but if they lose a couple more team fights, Sentinel is by far the more late game team. Tinker is a very late game hero. Slaughter not too bad in that department, and really Scourge not going for the late game items. They're going for mass necrobooks. So there's not many transition you could do from this. You either win with this item build or you lose with this item build. But don't get me wrong, Scourge by far very, very much so in the lead. They have to really they're up by 2 Raxes, which doesn't mean too much against the Tinker, because Tinker could easily defend against this with his global TP, popping the Shivas. He's now got the Hex finish, so this Tinker is even more annoying now. It looks like Scourge is gathering up for a global TP or mass TP, and it looks like they are going to be making a go. Can they get this Tinker kill? If they can, that would be a huge thing. It looks like Tinker just moving a little bit too fast with that BOT, and I think he might be fine. Here comes the entire Sentinel team, though. Are they going to be making a jump? Looks like Slaughter's sprint is already online. Tinker a little bit out of position. The Hawk did see the Slaughter. Slaughter might be out of position. We're going to have the X on him, and he is going to go down. Where's the Torrent? No Torrent just right now. He does pop the BKB, but unfortunately the Necrobooks, a Necrobook surround almost. He does pop the Blame Out, but there's a Hex from the Rasa. They are going to get 1 kill, and it's going to be a 5v4 team fight, and this might just get a little bit hard as we see Necrobooks leading a charge in the front. And what is Tinker gonna do? He's just gotta back up these Necrobooks, taking stuns, and there's a swap on the Kinga right now. Immediate Hex, they're gonna try to focus him before he casts any of his spells. Echo Slam being dropped by the Beast, by the Shaker, but a huge cluster F of Necrobooks, of fire, of wards, of everything else. And it looks like Angel gonna go in for a 2nd kill. Angel's gonna just run around like crazy as we see Perma Hex being done by the Tinker. Tinker mass defense with Angel right now, getting 2 or 3 more kill, triple kill being claimed by the Kurogi, double kill being claimed by Angel, and they just defend this without the Slaughter. Exceptional MYM play, and this is why MYM's one of the best team in terms of comeback, but this game is far from over. You can see each and every time the Scourge is pushing, they're getting closer and closer to the Scourge base. You can see the towers are very, very low. If you allow the Scourge team to get a very close like mass TP in this area and they just pop all their Necrobolt, pop their Pyre and run straight in, the Sentinel team could be in huge trouble. I don't think the Sentinel could go back against Mega Creep. Again, I have never really seen pro teams win when they're faced up against Mega Creep unless they have Mega Creeps themselves. Do check out this one game. I think it was TS versus... Oh man, I forgot the game. It was Mega Creeps versus Mega Creeps. I definitely recommend you to check it out. It is in my LuminouStudios channel. I think it's TS is the name. It's one of the teams. But yeah, go check it out. Very smart ward by being placed by Pusher here. He know that the Scourge team will be coming in from this route, so getting the ward and giving themselves a little bit more preparation time in terms of the imminent push is very, very smart here. Scourge gathering up once again, gonna go for that big push. They're gonna be teleporting into this wave, I presume. They're gathering everyone. No, they're waiting for someone to come back alive. Yes, that person just came back alive, and that was the Beastmaster. But unfortunately for him, didn't get enough mana, so he's only got Roar. Ooh, that might be No, he popped the wand, so he's up to 400 now. So got a roar, got an axe, I suppose. Okay, that should be enough. And MYM again going out to kind of just delay as long as possible. Here comes the line, here comes the shaker. They might be initiating it right now. All of them come, all of them are popping those necro books. And here we go, Slaughter going in to tank so much damage, but he might be in trouble. Looks like Impale just being used, and there's a roar against Mania. Mania is gonna go down once again. But the Sentinel team has shown that they don't really need a Slaughter to win those fights. But now Kuroki in true trouble. He's being slowed down. The boat is gonna hit him, but Mania or Angel comes in with a huge echo slam. He's gonna get shackled though. He is gonna go down eventually. And now the Tinker might be in huge trouble. He's gonna run out just fine. Here comes a Firestorm to do a little bit of residual damage. Here we go. Earthshaker buys back, and we have a Cyclone from the oh, but no, he's gonna blink out just fine right now. How many people is alive on the Sentinel end? They do have the Slaughter alive. They do have the Lion alive, and most importantly, they have the Tinker alive with the Lincoln Sphere. So man, even more item to keep himself even beefier. They're trying to push him right now. Now the Kunkka, I think the Kunkka just got swapped. Yes, Kunkka definitely got swapped. But so you see Kunkka goes down, eventually go down as well. Now Beastmaster in trouble, gets perma hexed. We have another hex. Yes, I think we had a hex for a long time on that shaker. Looks like the war is gonna get picked off as we see the chain stun, the perma hex coming from Kuroki. Yes, he is gonna be perma hexing as we see Pitlord goes down. Yet once again, the Pugna is gonna go down as well, and that's yet another team wipe coming in from MYM. Even the Scourge team up 2 racks, they just can't breach that last racks as we see Angel picks up yet another double kill. MYM defending those towers as their life depend on it, and they really have their Raxes and their whole game depend on this Rax. I don't care if you have Tinker, I don't care if you have Shaker, you're not going to defend against this Mega Rax. So this is like the Alamo, this is the last stand, and they're making it stand. Right now the Scourge team can't even go into the base, and Scourge team gotta sit back and rethink another strat because the last 3 pushes, yes, last 3 pushes, they got nothing but team wipes. The score is really far apart. It was 16 kills, but now it's 22 kills apart, and the Scourge is like, oh shoot. Can we finish right now? Scourge team need to buy items that will help them win the game right now. I gotta check how much gold they got though. But they've been dying so many times. I don't think they got any gold. Yeah, they're sitting at single 3-digit golds. Yeah, they just don't have enough to really. I gotta say, if you have like 1,000 gold, just buy a Vit booster. Like, just buy anything that could help you survive a little bit longer and make it into the Scourge base, or buy cloaks. Because there's quite a bit of magical damage on Sentinel, or save it for BKB because the hexes on the Sentinel are just too damn annoying. 1 hex on that line, 1 hex on the Shaker, perma hex basically on that Tinker. Just count that as like 3 or 4 hex by himself. So like they could basically hex the entire Scourge team. So that's an issue that the Scourge should deal with. Yeah, you have your Necro book and they are very strong, but it is moving towards a point of the game where it is 54 minutes in the game. And even though your Negro books are strong, they don't grow in strength. Whereas the enemy heroes would grow higher armor, higher level. And looks like the Sentinel team will be making a return push right now. MYM is coming back. And that's not a unfamiliar territory for this MYM team. They know how to come back. They know what it matters. They know how to defend their ancients. And this is what freaking Dota's about, right? They're defending. Here comes a Torn. Are they going to be initiating right now? I got to say, this Scourge team got to try to do something. They can't wait for this Shaker to initiate them right now. Where's Angel? Angel's having a very good position. Here comes the line blinking right in. He's clumping. Here comes Angel with a huge echo slam. Every AoE being dropped right now. It looks like Pusher has got the kill. There's a bolt. Going to do a little bit more AoE damage. Looks like the Beastmaster might be in trouble. Everyone just dying. Slaughter might be in trouble as well. These wards doing a significant amount of damage. I don't even know who Rasa is shackling. But at the end of the day, looks like the Tinker is still alive. The Pitlord, the Kunkka, and the Rasa on low HP. Tinker really low as we see Angel still at full HP. He's gonna be blinking right in for the kill. He blinks in right now. Can't find anyone. There's a hex on him. He's gonna go down. There's a Torn, but here comes Slaughter comes in and looks like the Rasa might even get a hex off. No, there's 1 hex and looks like the Rasa very low. He's gonna get the hex. Where's the hex? He does get the hex right now, but a rocket from afar as we see Kuroki KSing to a triple kill. Oh my goodness, Kuroki coming in with a BOT. Epic play here as we see. I think the Scourge, all 5 of them are dead, but the tree is breached. Kuroki TPings right now with that BOT. Gonna use his Shivas, gonna use that marching machine as we see Angel solo pushing at this tower. He doesn't do enough damage by himself. Maybe he's gonna just mow down a creep with his AoE spells, and maybe he used the creeps to try to push right now, but it's a race against time. They have a couple seconds. I think the Pugna is gonna be coming down very, very soon, but Pugna, well, he does have the AoE blast, so he is gonna mow down the creep wave, and creeps right now, without the support of his teammates, will be doing the most damage. Is this creep gonna die? No, it's gonna barely survive. As you see now, Tinker joined the battle with the Manta Style, and the Manta Style is gonna give them the DPS they kinda need, and this tower is taking a lot of damage. Looks like we have mass pings going on. Pugna needs to go in right now, but Pugna's gotta be very careful, because if he gets, there's right now 2 hex right off the bat, and you gotta keep in mind this Tinker could always permanently hex a single target, so he can't really go in right now. Here comes the Necrobook, and that is gonna force the Shaker to go back right now. Where's the Mana Burn? There's a Mana Burn. He pops the Blade Mail, and that should be the end. And we see that, wow, look at these Manta Illusions doing sick amount of damage. Actually forced to decrep one of them. And here we go. Whew, the Scourge defending this. This game is not over at this point. The Scourge still could just go all the way in and just take this Rax and win the game right now. But Sentinel showing some life. They've been showing a lot of life. That's 4 team fights in a row they have won. And really, I think that right now at this point in game, Sentinel has the stronger heroes. They have the better hexes. They have the better items late game. Those hexes are just so crucial. And the chain stuns on the Sentinel is just absolutely beautiful to watch right now. Here we go. We have the Shaker and the Demon Witch coming in. Demon Witch getting a Hood of Defiance, getting as much tanking power as possible, because a lot of the damage coming in from the Scourge side is magical. It looks like we're going to have a huge one last ditch fight in the mid of the Rax. Are they going to go for Roshan? I got to say that Aegis wouldn't matter at all anymore, because if you're the sole survivor of the Scourge, you're going to get chain hex to death anyway, so you're not going to get too much. Maybe they're waiting for a little bit more initiation. Maybe you're trying to bait with a pit lord or something. Right now, both teams not really knowing what to do. Necro being probably, there's a swap going on right now, and there's a hex immediately on the Pugna. Pugna's going to go down before he pops any spell, and that's huge. No Necrobook, no wards, no live train. Looks like the Shaker, the Earth Shaker might be going down. He is. No, he's going to be fine, as he has enough healing for his team. Looks like the Kunkka is going to be going down as well, and looks like, who is this? The Beastmaster in trouble as well. Here comes the Rasta. Rasta gets echo slammed by a low HP Angel. Angel playing like an absolute champ. He does end up going down as well. It won't surprise me at all if as he buys back. He does buy back right now, and keep in mind he has a BOT, and he's BOTing right in right now. Again, another team wipe against the Scourge lineup. I think the Scourge is running out of time right now, as we see 5 MYM heroes still alive right now. They're gonna go in for the mid racks. They're gonna go in for the throne. I think they're gonna skip the mid racks altogether. They don't even need to get the mid racks. They don't even have time to get the mid racks, because the Scourge team can still be dangerous if you give them the position. So far, they don't have the position. Here we go. Angel's gonna go right in for that tower. Tower is, oh my god, they have 3,200 HP on these towers, and I think 5,000 HP on that throne, but they just don't have enough time for the Scourge to come back. As you see, all these towers going down so very quickly. MYM team already celebrating in ally chat, and this game is just going to be over. My god, what a game. And the Kuroki. Oh, Kuroki talking some trash. Oh my goodness. Endgame score 59-31. MYM was up to like a 16-15 kill advantage, and it looked like an all but nothing stomp for MYM. But Fnatic, wow, a strategy that have you never really seen ever before, because it was, you know, item restriction, it was banned. 5 Necro Books, push 2 Rex, like nothing. Okay, we're down 16 kills, whatever. Buy 5 Necro Books, push mid, got 1 Rex. Buy 5, pop 5 Necro Book, go top with their Pit Lord ult, and just push that like nothing. And then MYM says, alright, Super Saiyan mode time. Let's kick this shit up a notch. Defending out the base, trading their life, buying time, winning 1 fight, winning a 2nd fight. Losing the starter don't matter. Angel, by the way, Angel is this game MVP. I know some fanboys gonna say Kuroki, look at his kills, but no, it's Angel's perfect echo slams, going in with low HP, winning that huge team fight in this small choke area. And Angel is the one that was MYM's MVP and won the game. Man, this is an exciting game. Exciting game indeed. And well, that was commentary 199. I hope you guys enjoyed this long and exciting game, but I'm more excited to bring you commentary 200, which will be coming up tomorrow. That's it from me. This is Luminous, very tired, signing off. GG guys.